In this tutorial, I'll show you how to render your character from iClone and composite it in After Effects using professional effects, lighting, and color grading to achieve a stunning result. Let's start with our character already placed in the scene. We'll apply 2 motion clips. First, a walk animation moving toward the camera, followed seamlessly by a stop animation. Open the timeline and carefully overlap the 2 motion clips to create a smooth transition. A slight overlap helps blend the animations naturally, eliminating any noticeable flicker or sudden movement. Preview the result and fine-tune the overlap until the character seamlessly walks to a stop. To make the animation more engaging, let's add a look at camera key at the very first frame. This ensures the character maintains eye contact with the viewer as they begin walking toward the camera, creating a stronger connection and a more natural performance. Now let's light our character to better match the scene. We'll adjust the color and multiplier of each default light to create a more cinematic look, then fine-tune the shadow settings for each light to achieve softer, more realistic lighting. Small adjustments here can make a dramatic difference in the final render. For an even more realistic render, we can fine-tune the visual settings. Adjust the ambient occlusion for added depth, refine the shadow settings for natural-looking contact shadows, and choose an HDRI image that complements your scene's lighting. These finishing touches will greatly enhance the overall realism of your final render. Before rendering, let's configure the project settings. We'll set the output quality, choose the image sequence format, adjust the frame rate, and define the background color. We're now ready to render our animation. Select PNG image sequence as the output format, choose your desired resolution, specify the destination folder, and click Export. Now let's bring everything together in After Effects. We'll import both the background and the rendered PNG image sequence, then composite the character into the scene. With the transparent alpha channel already in place, the character blends seamlessly into the environment, giving us the perfect foundation for adding cinematic effects. To better match the lighting of our scene, let's apply the exposure effect to the character layer. We'll make subtle adjustments to the exposure to balance the brightness and contrast without losing detail. Even small tweaks can help the character blend much more naturally with the background. Next, let's apply the color balance effect to the character layer. By carefully adjusting the shadow, midtone, and highlight colors, we can match the character's color tone with the background. This subtle color correction helps blend the character seamlessly into the scene, making the final composite look much more realistic. Next, enable the 3D layer switch for both the background and the character. With both layers set to 3D, create a new camera to add depth and give yourself full control over the scene. This setup allows us to introduce realistic camera movements and achieve a much more cinematic look. We'll create a couple of simple position keyframes to introduce a subtle camera move, giving the shot a much more cinematic and dynamic feel. Keep the movement gentle. Small camera motions often look far more realistic than dramatic ones. Now, to enhance the atmosphere, let's apply the CC Rainfall effect and tweak its settings until the rain naturally blends into the scene, adding depth and realism to our composition. Now let's add a subtle atmospheric glow to enhance the mood of our scene. We'll place a foggy lights effect on a new solid layer and change its blending mode to screen, allowing the bright areas to blend naturally with the composition. The effect looks a bit harsh around the edges, so let's soften it using the linear wipe effect and increase the feather value until it blends smoothly into the background. These small touches help create a richer, more cinematic atmosphere without overpowering the scene. With everything in place, let's turn all the layers back on and preview the animation one final time to make sure everything looks smooth and works together as expected. Once you're satisfied with the result, add the composition to the render queue, give your project a suitable name, choose H.264 MP4 as the output format, and start the render.